Hey guys, Ningen here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we are going to be talking about the new season of Battlefield or Ultimate Clash that will be starting tomorrow, basically at the same time. Well, by the time this video goes up it'll be about 11 hours away. Basically it'll be dropping at the same time as the God Goku banner and all the new events and stuff that we talked about in the previous videos. Now, you may have heard of this one if you do keep your ear to the ground about stuff from JP. This was the very first one where the enemies changed up again, because obviously we've had the same enemies for a while, but with just the typings changed. This is the first one with a full new set of enemies, but the first one to introduce Jiren as the final boss. And I remember seeing a lot of people, especially like videos going up on YouTube, that this final fight was quite difficult compared to some of the previous ones. So if we have a quick look through, we're just going to go through very briefly. We start off with Extreme AGL Nappa, who cannot be stunned, but that's it. So basically I would still advise, the way I always do Battlefield, for those of you that have been to my streams, I always just use mono teams. And I start with the extreme ones because they're usually the weakest. Let's be fair, like Super gets so much love in this game, especially, I mean, you know, it's basically all the main characters. But so I start off with the extreme ones because they're a little bit weaker. So I would use Extreme Tech against Nappa. Then we move on to the Demon King Piccolo, who is Tech, can't be stunned, can't be sealed, and can seal you. So obviously you've got to be careful about that. Again, you can just bring an extreme int team. It should be quite straightforward. Then we get on to level 2 and we go up against an STR Goten, can't be stunned and can't be defense lowered. That should be pretty straightforward as well. Physical is Pycon, can't be stunned, can't be sealed, he can't be attack lowered and he can't be defense lowered, but extreme STR is pretty strong. Or of course, if you are using, you could for example use the super mono types to start with and then switch to category teams. It kind of all depends how you do your Battlefield, but up until now I have found mono teams is still the easiest way to go about it. Then we have Barbady, who is extreme int. He has some interesting looking abilities, so he can seal all of your units. So it won't just be one person, it will be the entire rotation. He can stun you with his super attack, and he can launch 2 super attacks in one turn. So already this guy is going to be a little bit more dangerous than some of the other ones. Extreme Physical, obviously nowadays, if that's how you're choosing to do it, is full of tanky units like the LR Androids Trio. Cooler is pretty good. Obviously LR Cell, not the tankiest, but has a built-in heal. It doesn't say he can't be sealed at all, so a good way to stop his double supers is the free GT Cell or the Bootanks or even the Evil Boo, who there's a couple of extreme units that seal. Obviously if you want to run a super stage, you've got the Gotenks' good tanky units like MVP 17, so just be aware that he's going to be sealing you guys. That's where the issue will come in, is if he seals your entire turn, you're not going to be able to seal him with a super, so that one should be maybe a little bit spicy, so you got to keep an eye out for that one. So then we get on to level 3, and the first boss is an STR Fatboo. He can recover HP. He randomly changes orbs into candy. So like, there's a couple of units that can benefit from that, but I probably wouldn't bother trying to build your team around it. Especially if you are doing the mono teams approach, you're going to be able to use mono AGL against this guy, which as we all know is kind of like the best typing in the game. He does, however, have the ability to he must be defeated with a super attack, but again, that's not exactly going to be difficult, especially if you are running a team like Super AGL. So then we go on to Extreme Int Turles, can't be stunned, can't be sealed, and he can also launch 2 supers. Nothing too crazy there. Again, if you're running the mono teams, super physical is going to be good for him. Whilst he can't be sealed, you'll probably be able to put out some pretty big damage, especially if you have units like the 3-year LR Gogeta, so shouldn't be too much of an issue. Then we got Physical Dispo, again can't be sealed, can't be stunned. He has a medium chance to evade attacks, so medium on Dokkan is usually either 25 or 30%. So there is a possibility he's going to be dodging your attacks. It's not too high though, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Plus he is physical, so a Super STR team is just going to absolutely demolish him, especially if you have like LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. It's going to be very straightforward. Then we got Tech Topo. I like the fact that the end part here is basically the Jiren crew, so I quite like that. We got Topo. He can't be stunned, can't be sealed, and he can't be attack lowered. Other than that, pretty straightforward. He does have 10. This column here is the number of health bars, so he does have 10 health bars, but that shouldn't be too difficult. Again, especially because Super Int would be able to tear through him if you have like LR Vegito and Gogeta, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, UI Goku. Like, he's going to get wrecked. And then we get on to Jiren. So I did double check one of the previous videos just to watch some of the stuff that he does. So he can't be stunned and he can't be sealed. And it says here, super attack will massively lower allies' defense. So in the video that I watched on a tech team with, I think he was using 120 leads, Tech Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku was taking around 25k from a normal attack. Then he took a super for around about 150k. And then after that, normal attacks were doing about 40k damage. So you definitely have to be very careful against this guy. Super Tech is not the strongest of teams, even though there are some really, really good units on there. I would obviously recommend, if you have him, running the Tech Transforming Trunks as the leader, because then you can supplement the team with any Tech future units like the support Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. And then obviously, of course, you've got big hitters like the LR Goku and Frieza, LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Quite a lot of decent units, the Go Bros. Plenty of good units that can go onto this team. So I think this is one of those cases where it's yet another one of those times that Global has a little bit of advantage, because we already know about this stage and we already know that it's kind of difficult. So we won't just be walking into it unexpectedly. So it should be fairly straightforward. So it's your standard reset, so you're going to get all the stones here, and the missions obviously for doing the whole thing 3 times. I normally spread that out over the course of the month rather than doing it 3 times in the first day, but I mean, if you desperately need the orbs, I guess it's worth doing it for that. So the only other thing to mention that is quite cheeky that can happen when Battlefield resets, so just to give you guys the example in my time in the UK, so this video will be going up at 7:30 if you're watching it as soon as it drops. So at midnight on a Sunday, when it technically rolls into Monday, that's when Battlefield resets, and it gives you that weekly mission that if you complete 3 stages you get 6,000 Battlefield memories. You can do that in the gap between midnight tonight and then 6:30 AM when this version comes in, because then the whole thing refreshes and you get those missions again to get the 6,000 Battlefield memories. So if you make sure to jump on in that 6.5 hour period between the reset and do 3 stages of the previous Battlefield, the one that we have now, you will get an extra 6,000 Battlefield memories. And now, one of the reasons that's going to be good is the 16th Virtual Clash, which is the one we're getting now, is when JP introduced LR, Mecha Frieza and King Cold into the shop. Why does that say 1.5? Let me scroll. Oh, I scrolled up like a madman. Don't know why that says 1.5. They cost 300,000 in the... Is this telling you how many you get? Or is it... I don't know. That column seems confusing to me, but they are 300,000 Battlefield memories, which I can't remember how many you get. If you're on 0, I'm not entirely sure if you actually get 300,000 for doing one whole completion. I know personally I've been saving up. I already have about 400,000 at the moment. I do think they only add 1 copy in, though, to start with, just like they've done with the previous ones. So just to have a quick look at them, they are a Wicked Bloodline category leader, 3 key, HP attack and defense 100%. Pretty good for a free-to-play leader, to be fair. Plus, of course, because they are not the, you know, standard metal cooler leader, you're able to use the Int metal cooler that's just gotten an easy A, so he would work very nicely on their team. Their 12 key lowers attack, which is really useful. And then their 18 key raises extreme class allies attack by 30% for 2 turns, so it benefits the next rotation as well. So having them go first or even second in the rotation is going to be a big benefit to your team. But even if you want to just leave them in the 3rd slot, it does benefit the next rotation as well. And their passive, attack and defense 66%, plus an additional attack plus 20% per Wicked Bloodline category ally on the team, up to 60%. So you only have to have 2 other Wicked Bloodline units on the team for them to get the bonus. And then Ki plus 9 when there is a Super Saiyans category enemy. Now obviously remember, don't mistake this with Pure Saiyans. This is specifically the Super Saiyans category for like the Planet Namek Goku and the upcoming Spirit Bomb Goku. So it's not Pure Saiyans, it's Super Saiyans. There's still quite a lot of enemies in the game that fall under this, so you are going to be seeing this quite a lot. So they are basically on a standard team with the double 6 key leads. They're already going to be starting off with 15 key without key links. And then they have Tough as Nails, Universe Most Malevolent, Brutal Beatdown, Thirst for Conquest, Strongest Clan in Space, Fear and Faith, and Legendary Power. The one thing I don't like about the LRs that automatically come as LRs is that they don't have Fierce Battle or Shattering the Limit at all. But they do at least have Fear and Faith and Strongest Clan in Space. So basically what that means is on a non-Wicked Bloodline team, you're still going to be able to get at least 1 key link with them. And then, of course, if you're fighting against the Super Saiyan, you don't really need to worry about key links anyway. Brutal Beatdown and Thirst for Conquest can be found in other or extreme teams. And then, obviously, Legendary Power as well. They're in Joined Forces, Wicked Bloodline, Android Cell Saga, and Conquest of Terror and Target Goku. So, obviously, we don't have these last 2. Conquest of Terror comes with STR Cooler, which should be the next Dokkan Festival. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be showcasing them when they first come out, and we'll have to try them out on on Super Battle Road as well. But yeah, I've definitely been waiting for these guys to come. Basically, once these guys dropped on JP, I was like, oh, now you can make a full STR Wicked Bloodline team. So we'll probably go into Extreme versus Super Physical Super Battle Road. And then, of course, not long after they released Cooler, who is a Super STR, Extreme STR lead who can make a full STR Wicked Bloodline team. But we'll probably do that anyway. It'll be interesting to see if we can do the OG Physical Super Battle Road with double 100% leads, as long as we have some good units on the team. So that should be an interesting one. But yeah, definitely looking forward to this guy. And yeah, this is the brand new Ultimate Clash. Like I said, if you're watching this video as soon as it goes up, this will be live in 11 hours time. But in 4.5 hours time, you'll be able to farm those extra 6,000 battlefield memories. So make sure you do that if you get the chance. You only need to do 3 fights, so it's not going to take a super amount of time. So there you go. That is going to be it, guys. Let me know what you think. Are you ready for this battlefield? I know some people out there are still not on that level where they can just breeze through it. So any tips or advice, feel free to discuss in the comment section down below. Obviously, feel free to join my Discord. That link is always in the description of all my videos. Everybody's there, super helpful. We have sections for team building and stuff. So if you are struggling with the new battlefield, feel free to join and get some advice there as well. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch, or like I say, join the Discord. Those links are in the description below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.